All right, let's kick things off with a quick news brief on a huge shift that's happening in customer success right now. We're talking about how AI is stepping in to finally get rid of all that busy work, freeing up your teams to do what they're actually meant to do, focus on the customer. Let's get into it.
So I want to start with a question, and I want you to be honest. Does it ever feel like your team is just buried? Not in deep strategic work, but in all those little time-sucking tasks that just seem to pile up endlessly?
Because here's the thing. The biggest threat to great customer success, it's probably not what you think. It's not that one difficult client or a temporary product bug. Nope. It's operational overhead. It's all that administrative drag that just quietly sucks the life, the hours, and the focus out of your day.
So let's actually name the villain here. We're going to call it the coordination challenge. This is really the heart of the problem, and it's something I guarantee every single CSM out there is dealing with every single day.
And just look at this list, right? None of these things seem that bad on their own. Pulling some notes from a call, writing a follow-up, it's easy stuff. But when you stack them all up day in and day out, it becomes this massive time sink. It's a daily grind that forces your team to be reactive coordinators instead of proactive strategic partners to your customers.
But here's the headline for today's brief. There is a real solution that takes on this challenge head-on, and you guessed it, that solution is AI. And let's be super clear, this isn't about replacing CSMs, it's about making them superheroes.
You know, at its core, what AI really does for customer success is pretty simple. It takes all the messy, scattered, chaotic inputs, think raw call notes, rambling email threads, piles of usage data, and it magically turns them into clear, structured, and genuinely useful outputs. It's literally turning chaos into clarity.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The before and after is, well, it's stark. We've all lived in that old way, manually typing everything, switching between 10 different tabs, and let's be honest, the communication is always a little inconsistent, right? But the new way is all about instant, structured plans and a standard rhythm that ensures every customer gets that same top-tier experience.
Okay, so that's the big idea, but how does this actually play out in the real world? What are the practical things AI can do across the entire customer journey? Well, right from day one, AI starts adding value. Think about onboarding. It can take your messy kickoff call notes and boom, out comes a full project plan with owners and metrics. Or for adoption, it can whip up training agendas and FAQs. And maybe the most important one, it can create these clear risk summaries that help you spot a problem way before it becomes a 5-alarm fire.
And it just keeps going. For your day-to-day meetings, AI sets the agenda and then writes a perfect summary with action items afterwards. For those, fun internal escalations, it drafts the calm, factual write-ups you need to get things done. And when renewal time comes, it helps you build a rock-solid business case with value summaries that prove your team's impact.
And it's not just about turning words into different words. AI is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to data. This is where you go from being reactive to proactive. It can look at usage data and flag an account that's quietly struggling before they even think about sending a support ticket. It helps you find the weak spots in your own processes so you can fix them for everyone.
Okay, for any managers listening, this one's for you. Standardization, it's huge. With AI, it just doesn't matter who took the notes on the call. It can turn anyone's shorthand into a clean, professional recap with owners and dates. This just raises the bar for quality across the board, for everything from team meetings to exec updates. So this all sounds amazing, but let's get down to brass tacks. What does this actually mean for the business? How does all this cool tech translate into results that your CFO cares about?
Well, the very first thing you'll notice is just a better vibe, a better operating rhythm for the whole team. Follow-ups that used to take an hour are done in minutes. Recaps are always on point. And CSMs are spending so much less time just trying to piece together the story of an account, and way more time actually moving that story forward.
And that better daily rhythm, it creates this incredible ripple effect that leads directly to long-term wins. Because you're faster, you spot churn risk earlier. Because you're analyzing data, you find more expansion opportunities. Your documentation actually becomes reliable, which means your whole team executes more consistently. These are the big-ticket items.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to this one simple, powerful idea. This is the whole point. Every single efficiency game, every automated summary, it's all designed to do one thing: to shift your team's precious time and energy away from internal coordination and back onto the customer, right where it belongs.
So I'll just leave you with this to think about. What could your team really achieve if all that time they spend coordinating was suddenly free? If they could pour all that energy into driving real customer value? That is the potential we're talking about. And that concludes this brief.